Hey, welcome to Vance Tried It. Today, we're going to be making some pumpkin cheesecake bars. And to start off with, we took a 3-quart casserole dish and we buttered it up. And now we have to make our crust that's going to go in the bottom of it. So I have 1 packet of graham crackers. That's 9 graham crackers. Depending on what brand you get, there's probably going to be 9 or 10 graham crackers. Either way, it's going to be fine. The other thing you can do is you can go ahead and put some pecans in here if you would like to. And you can use a food processor to crush these up. And if I was using pecans in this crust, that is in fact what I would do. But since I'm just using the graham crackers today, I'm just going to put them in this gallon Ziploc bag. I'm going to start off crushing them with my hand, just like this. And then I'm going to get my handy dandy little meat cleaver. And you notice I put down a thick, probably 1/4 inch thick maybe, cutting board. I don't want to use my counter. I'm not overly pounding it, but I want it to get all the thick pieces. And so as it goes, I like to just kind of make sure it's spread out in here. And just for the big pieces. And then I can go back in with my handy dandy little fingers, kind of amazing tools that God gave us, and I can just feel around and look around for any bigger pieces and just give them a little pinch with my fingers, and I think that's going to get the most of them. And there we go. Now I'm going to take this bowl right here. We'll just dump these out into this bowl. Just like that. Give it a final go over for any big pieces. Good to go. And I'm going to put this glove on. And this is 6 tablespoons of melted butter. And now I'm just going to take my hand and I'm just going to get this all mixed up together. And we're just trying to get all the pieces wet, if you can see that. And you can see it's starting to form up into almost like a ball. Like if we were going to go have a snowball fight, that would be the perfect consistency for the snowballs. It doesn't take long at all. And so let's pull our dish back over here. And now we're just going to put this, sprinkle it over kind of evenly in our pan. Just like that. And then we're just going to press this down. So I'm going to get rid of these heating racks. I don't really need them yet. Give it a little bit more stability here. And this is just going to be a nice thin crust for our pumpkin cheesecake to lie on. And I have my oven heated to 325 degrees. And if you wanted to, you could take like a cup or something with a flat bottom, and you could use that in here. But I have found that my hands work just fine. I can get it pushed down well enough without having to get out any tools for it. And just kind of want it to look even across there, just like that. And we're going to pop this in our 325 degree oven for 10 minutes. So while that crust is setting up and baking for 10 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and get ready for our next step. So I'll see you here in a little bit. Okay, so we have our crust all baked up the way we want it, and it's on the cooling rack right now, so we're going to start making our filling. We're going to start off with 4 8-ounce packages of cream cheese. If my math teacher taught me well, I believe that would be 32 ounces of softened cream cheese. It's just been sitting out here for about an hour or so on the counter. And we're just going to start off by creaming that up really well with our stand mixer. Okay, now I have 4 eggs. I'm just going to start adding them in one at a time and let them start to mix in with this cream cheese. I'm just going to go ahead and get some of the some of the cream cheese off the side here. Let's get it all going and mixing together really well in here. Just like that. Okay, now we have the eggs in there. We're going to start adding our sugar. What I have here is 1.5 cups of sugar. So I'm just going to put it in there a little bit at a time. And now what I have here is 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Go ahead and scrape down the sides one more time here. Now let's give it one more good mix up here. And I'm going to do this at a pretty high speed at the end. I just want to try and get all that cream cheese, really get all the lumps out of the cream cheese. And there we go. So let's pull this up. Take this off for a second. We will use it again, so we're just going to set it off here to the side. Put it in that little bowl we were using. And now we're going to take about half of this mixture and put it in our pan here. And then we're going to gently spread it out. Yeah, see, that's why we do it gently, because we just kind of disturbed our crust already. Let's be more careful if we can. We're not going to let those little mishaps bother us too much. We're just going to keep going. Okay, now we're going to get some of our utensils dirty is what we're going to do. Okay, we need to put our whisk attachment back on here. Like that. Actually, I probably should have done this first, but I didn't. Let's back up here. Put that in there. Now we're going to put in, this is a 15-ounce can of, what it is, it's pumpkin puree. When you buy it, it might say pumpkin puree, or it might say 100% pure pumpkin is oftentimes what it'll say. Now that's going to be different than your canned pumpkin pie mix. So the only thing in here is pumpkin. It's just pumpkin and more pumpkin. Just put in a blender and puree. So that's what we want, because we're going to add our own spices. And we want to be able to control those spices. So that's why we want to make sure that we use the pumpkin puree instead of the pie filling. And then what I have here is 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie seasoning. We're going to put that in there. Just like that. Now we'll put our whisk attachment back on here. And we're going to whisk this up. Okay, and that is that. Now we're just going to, I'm going to go ahead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and scrape the sides. And I'm just going to hand mix kind of what was on the side, what's on the bottom there. Just give it a hand stir. That's why I love these spatula spoons is what I call them, and I think other places call them the same thing. But I just love them because they're so handy. They work kind of as a spoon, but they also are rubber, so you can scrape edges really well with them. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and put an Amazon link. I have a little Amazon affiliate links that I'll put down in the description. If you want to get some of these spatula spoons, go ahead and you can go down there and check them out down there, what I recommend. And hey, while you're down there, would you please go ahead and leave a comment? In fact, here's what I would really love to know. I'd like to know where everybody is watching me from, or I guess more grammatically correct, from where everyone is watching me, or something, to not end in a preposition. But anyway, where are you? Where's your home base? Let me know. I'm here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. I would sure be curious to know where everybody who is watching this video is from. So go ahead and leave me a comment, and go ahead and, if you would, like this video and subscribe if you're not subscribed. And also, don't be afraid to ring that bell. That way you'll get notified whenever I put out new videos. Okay, so we have this all mixed up, and now we're just going to pour this batch right over the top of our first. And let's make sure we get it really everything out of there. You know, I don't like to leave any of the goodness behind. Just like that. And we'll just, kind of like the first time, but maybe we can be a little gentler this time. Spread this out. All the way to the edges. Just like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put this back in our 325 degree oven, and we're going to let this cook for 45 minutes. So let's put it in the oven, and I'll get back to you when it's done cooking and cooling off so we can test these pumpkin pie cream cheese cheesecake bars. Let's go. Okay, we have had our pumpkin pie cheesecake bars out of the oven for about 20 minutes. And now we're going to give them a try right here and see what they're like. Now, I probably would let these cool for like at least an hour before I was taking them out, but it is smelling so good in here that I couldn't wait any longer. So I had to just go for it. So let's see what we have right here. So you can see right there, it looks just like a pumpkin pie filling should. And it has this nice little crust on it. Let's give it a taste. Oh, wow. I mean, if you like pumpkin pie and you like cheesecake, this is the dessert. I mean, it just has all the right flavors, all the right texture, has everything just right. And once these cool off and get cut up into squares, you're not even going to use a fork to eat it. You can just pick it up just like finger food. And that's the other nice thing about this pumpkin pie cheesecake bars. You know how it is. You're at a big family Christmas dinner and there's all these pies and you're like, I really want to taste everything, but man, I can't just eat all those pieces of pies. Well, the great thing about these is they're much smaller pieces and it's easier to get and eat a smaller piece so you can have the taste. You don't have to overindulge in all your desserts. But it still just tastes delicious. Just like that. Hey, whatever reason, maybe you're just trying to elevate your pumpkin pie game. Maybe you're looking for a nice bar, a nice little finger food to take or to make. I'm telling you, I tried it, and you should too.